Good morning, friends. So, last time I talked about Francis Bacon, who said that some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few are to be chewed and digested. Isn't it? Can you recall that? So, this Mr. Francis Bacon, who was the attorney of England and was a philosopher too, he also said that history makes men wise, poets witty, mathematics subtle. So whereas in the first episode I suggested, as per Francis Bacon, that you should not chew and digest all the books. Instead, you should make a selection that some books need to be tasted alone. Just you have to gloss over the books for temporary pleasure, etc. Some are to be swallowed and some few are to be chewed and digested. So, insofar as such books are concerned, Francis Bacon says that if you read the history, that history will make you wise. There is no doubt about that. History definitely makes people wise, because we always learn from history, we always learn from past, as nobody can foresee the future. So whatever happened earlier, from that we take a lesson, so that if there were any mistake, we should not commit them. And if there was success in following certain paths, then we should follow such paths or such routes. So that is why history is very much important to us. History is not only some tales of kings and queens, full of sound and fury, but instead, history encompasses, history embodies everything. In fact, history is what our experience is. And our experience guides us always to go into the right path and not to commit the mistake which we committed earlier. Because it is said, you see, those who do not learn from history are condemned to repeat the same and condemned to repeat the same similar mistake in future too. So that is why we need to learn history. And as rightly said by Francis Bacon, that history definitely makes people wise. Then his second point is that poets witty. That means poems or poetry make people witty. What is poetry? Poetry, you see, it is said that it is the spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions. A poet writes poetry in a very terse and pithy manner. Here your scope is not very much lengthy. It needs to be short, precise, and your expressions need to be in a very compact form. So whenever we write and whenever we read and understand a poetry fully, then definitely it increases to our wit, to our intelligence, to understand the things better, to understand the underlying meanings of a particular statement. So that way, when we cultivate that faculty of ours, definitely it increases our intelligence, and thereby, as Francis Bacon says, that poetry makes men witty. Then the third point, what Bacon says, is that mathematics subtle. Mathematics makes a person subtle. It is quite sure and certain. Because whenever you will be doing mathematics, full concentration of yours will be focused on that. Because without full concentration, one cannot just solve any problem of mathematics. He cannot work it out. He cannot do this answer or anything, any calculation. In order to do any kind of calculation, your full attention is riveted towards that. And it is a very good means. Good means to arrest our wandering mind. So whenever our minds tend to wander out, if we start doing sums, then what happens? That wandering mind becomes concentrated, it becomes focused. And in order to solve the problems, one has to always exercise his intelligence, his knowledge, previous knowledge, everything. Because without this, one is not in a position to solve the problems. So, Francis Bacon definitely rightly said that mathematics make people shut up. So, in today's lesson, the moot point is history makes men wise, poetry makes people what? Witty. Your wit, your intelligence will be sharpened. Understood? And mathematics, if you go on doing mathematics regularly, then you will definitely become shut up. Right? Friends, one more thing let me also share with you, that whenever you will be doing any sum, any arithmetic, mathematics, algebra or geometry, whatsoever it may be, always try to ask questions. You try to play your mind at the background, that if I am doing something, why I am doing something, why it is working out like this. Say for example, you have been taught in your schools that -2 into -2 is equal to +4, isn't it? -2 into -2, why the result should be +4? Why not -4? Have you ever asked it to yourself or to one of your teacher? Have you ever delved into it? Have you ever thought about that why 2 minuses makes the result plus? If not, you please ask yourself, you please try to delve into such things and try to understand the things in a better way. And that will help you to go deep into the matter, understand the things, clear your concept, and in course of time, you will definitely become subtle. Okay? So this much for today. Thank you very much.